President Biden addressing his administration's economic progress today, speaking from a steamfitters union hall in Springfield, Virginia. Here's what he had to say.
We're moving in the right direction. Now we've got to protect those gains. We've got to protect those gains that our policies have generated. Protect them from the MAGA Republicans in the House of Representatives who are threatening to destroy this progress.
Joining us now, senior columnist Rick Newman. Rick, how does taking aim at House Republicans bode for the president's agenda?
We're going to be hearing a lot of this during the next 2 years, I guess. So Biden's basically doing two things. He's going out and touting the legislation that got passed during his first 2 years, and he's tying that to what is generally pretty good news in the economy today. We saw that GDP growth in the fourth quarter of 2.9%. Biden is saying, look, that has a lot to do with the bipartisan infrastructure law he signed in 2021. There was the CHIPS Act over the summer last year, and then the Inflation Reduction Act. And inflation is actually coming down, even though the Inflation Reduction Act didn't really address inflation at all. We've talked about that a lot before. So that's part one. Part two is he's just going to be trashing what Republicans who now control the House of Representatives have been doing, including this proposal by some of them, not all of them, but by some of them, to abolish the IRS, get rid of the whole income tax structure, and instead have a 30% flat tax on consumption. So under that idea, there'd be no corporate income tax. Wealthy people would pay no income tax, and instead we would tax purchases, healthcare, and things like that. Even Kevin McCarthy, the Republican Speaker of the House, does not like that idea because I guess he realizes taxpayers are sitting there like, what are you talking about? Increase the tax on bread while killing the corporate income tax? But there are some Republicans in Congress who support that, and that is just giving Biden all kinds of material to take as he goes around the country talking about the economy. So this is what Biden's going to be doing for the next couple of years.
And Rick, and then of course there's also the criticism there from administration officials about the House GOP that they're going to restrict the releases of the SPR or press for that. In terms of what Biden needs to get the message across to voters, to get some of those people who have been a little bit critical of how the last 2 years have been handled, what do you think that message needs to clearly state?
Well, let's remember that none of these ideas, whether wacky or sensible, that House Republicans have, none of them are going to pass Congress because Democrats still control the Senate. And even if they didn't, President Biden would veto stuff like this. So really, it's just messaging. But it's good timing for Biden and for most Democrats because we're effectively now in the 2024 election cycle for both president and once again, the control of Congress. So Republicans think they are using their control of the House of Representatives as a big messaging exercise to say, look, if we were in charge, this is what we would do. Polling has shown this is not popular. I mean, McCarthy is not popular. Voters do actually think that Republicans are kind of trying to sow chaos, and that is a word Biden is going to be using over and over. He used it today, the word chaos. The MAGA Republicans sowing chaos. Why would anybody want to introduce chaos when the economy is going well, is basically what Biden said today. So these Republicans seem to be helping Biden. They have a constituency. It's sort of the let's blow everything up constituency. But as we've saw in 2022 and of course in 2020, that is not what most voters want to do. They don't want everything to blow up. They sort of want everything to run smoothly and to not hear a lot about what's happening in Washington. So this seems to be working in Biden's favor for now, but of course, long time till the next set of elections in 24.